Most investors believe that the battle between OpenAI and Anthropic is about artificial intelligence. I think they're looking at it the wrong way, because this may not be a race to build the smartest chatbot, it may be a race to become the operating system for the future economy. Hey everyone, I'm Eric Kearney, and over the next few years, Wall Street may be asked to place a value on something it has never truly valued before. Not a social media company, not an e-commerce platform, not a software business, but companies whose product is intelligence itself. And that's what makes this story so fascinating. Most of the headlines focus on which model performs better, which chatbot writes better, which company is growing faster, which CEO will ultimately win. But I believe those questions really miss the bigger picture. History teaches us that every major technological revolution creates something much larger than the technology itself. When electricity arrived, people focused on light bulbs. The real story became the electrical grid. When the internet emerged, people focused on websites. The real story became infrastructure connecting the entire world. When cloud computing appeared, people focused on software. The real story became the data centers, the networks, the computing platforms powering the modern economy. The pattern is remarkably consistent. The product captures attention. The infrastructure creates value. And that's why OpenAI and Anthropic are so interesting. This isn't simply a battle to build a better chatbot. It's potentially a battle to become foundational infrastructure for the next generation of business, communication, productivity, and decision-making. Think about how many businesses today depend on cloud computing. Most people never think about the infrastructure behind the applications they use every day. They just expect it to work. That's what infrastructure does. It actually becomes invisible. The companies providing it become so deeply integrated into our daily life that eventually we stop noticing that they're there. Artificial intelligence may be moving in that direction. Today, companies use AI to write emails, generate reports, create software code, analyze data, answer customer questions, and automate repetitive tasks. Tomorrow, AI may become embedded in nearly every single business process. And at that point, we're no longer talking about a useful tool, we're talking about critical infrastructure. And when that happens, the opportunity extends far beyond OpenAI and Anthropic themselves. Because every AI interaction requires an enormous amount of supporting infrastructure. Massive data centers, advanced semiconductors, cloud computing platforms, networking equipment, cybersecurity systems, power generation, energy transformation, and cooling systems. The headlines always focus on the AI model, but the real economy is being built underneath it. Consider semiconductors. Every breakthrough in artificial intelligence ultimately depends on hardware. No matter how sophisticated the software becomes, intelligence still requires chips, memory, networking technology, and advanced manufacturing. Without them, none of this exists. And then there is energy. This may be one of the most overlooked investment themes of the decade. Artificial intelligence requires extraordinary amounts of computing power. Computing power requires electricity, and electricity requires generation, transmission, storage, and infrastructure. The future growth of AI may depend just as much on available power as technological innovation. Cloud infrastructure represents another major beneficiary. As businesses deploy AI across their organizations, demand for computing resources continues to expand. Data centers, cloud providers, networking companies, and infrastructure operators all become critical participants in the AI ecosystem. And then there is enterprise software. For decades, software helped employees perform better tasks more efficiently, and artificial intelligence is beginning to perform portions of those tasks itself. That may sound like a small distinction. It isn't. It has the potential to fundamentally reshape how software is built, priced, sold, and delivered. Which brings us back to OpenAI and Anthropic. The financial media will spend years debating which company deserves the higher valuation, which company is more powerful, which leadership team is stronger, which IPO might perform better. These are reasonable discussions, but they may not be the most important discussion. The bigger question is whether artificial intelligence becomes as essential to modern life as electricity, the internet, or cloud computing. Because if it does, we're not simply watching the rise of two technology companies, we're witnessing the creation of an entirely new economic layer. And history suggests that when infrastructure is built, opportunity spreads far beyond the companies that first captured the spotlight. That's why I believe that investors should be thinking beyond OpenAI and Anthropic. The chatbot gets the attention, the infrastructure may create the real opportunity, and that may ultimately become the most important investment story of the next decade. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for future investing, market commentary, and upcoming IPO analysis. As always, we'll see you on the back roads of retirement.